What's up, everybody, or nobody? I'm going to talk about the anthropomorphic God today. It's a subject that I tend to bite my tongue on a lot more. I would speak about this a lot more if I felt that it had any benefit whatsoever to myself or the community to even talk about it. Because religion has become so ingrained, or has always been so ingrained within our society, as well as beliefs and faith, that I don't feel that it's in my place, nor do I have the desire to shake anyone's belief. And that's what I want to come across with first, with the idea that long ago I was very anti-religion, but today I'm more anti-dogma. If a person wants to have a belief system, it's going to be that way. And belief systems are going to be suited to each culture. And today, with the world in turmoil, the world the way it is, with so many mixed cultures, it's more difficult to see how those general rules and laws and religions apply to the areas because there's so many different people moving around. But generally, that was the idea. However, the idea of making God into a figure, into an anthropomorphic deity, which means that you're giving it human characteristics, to me has always been preposterous. It's one of the most ludicrous things that we do as humans, to think that any God, any supreme being would really have uh, any interest in human affairs as far as jealousy, greed. And on the other hand, these human actions that we do that we know are wrong are, we know that they're universally improper, let's just say. Taking more than your share is improper. We don't need a God or a rule book to tell us that. So many of the morals that religion is telling us that this is what God says to do and not to do are merely our own interpretations of what's good and bad. And many of the times they're right. In fact, most of them, But I wouldn't say the Ten Commandments is a set of rules to live by, because you could condense them down to 3 or 4. Basically, be a good person, don't kill anybody, be happy with what you've got. But these commandments were suitable for the area. They were suitable for the people. Having jealousy and coveting your neighbor's goods was, a very difficult thing to endure when people had very little. So as we change, our rules in society change, and our interpretations of what's good and bad, our interpretations of, what reality is, in a sense, but many of the beliefs still hold on to this old anthropomorphic deity idea. And to me, when I was looking at it, I saw that if you look at it from a perspective of control, you can see where many of these rules were very suitable to keep people controlled. We know this, but it doesn't mean that they were all created to control. What it is it's just like today when we're using religion as a catalyst to go to battle and telling the soldiers you're fighting for your God, just like they do over in the Middle East too, where the people on top don't really have a God. They don't really care. They just want revenge, and they want to use that emotional stance of having a God to get people to go to war for them. But if you look at religion itself and the things that the idea that a God would have these human characteristics, it's just a reflection of ourselves, and I think we know that. It's difficult to express in words, but I do my best to try to, without overplaying the idea that yes, God is everything or God is nothing, but God is not a figure or a particular person. My belief is there are no pearly gates. There is no God that you go before. There is no particular judgment or a figure that you go before to be judged, although that may be possible. There may be entities that say, while we have leaders here that control a segment of the population, we may have, spiritual or cosmic leaders that maybe control a planet. I don't know, and I won't know yet. But maybe never, we'll see. Excuse me. But I see this idea that we should fear a God as being completely just I don't know, it's just brutally incomprehensible. It's unrealistic, just like believing in a Satan or a devil that, is the evil side to things. And people continue to believe this, and this is their choice. But I don't see it bringing about any good in the world by worrying about these things. I think we need to stop putting our own baggage onto the universe. We tend to either think we're very insignificant in the universe or that we're everything. Christians would have you believe that, humans dominate the earth, that everything is here for us. And this is why I'm so opposed to that type of thinking, because, oh yeah, sure, all these plants and animals were just given to man to use, even though we know now that these plants were here long before man. And when rational, normal people in society can look at scientific evidence and dismiss it merely because it conflicts with something they believe that they read in a book that is 2,000 years old, normal, functioning people that work in high-ranking jobs, if not government, it shows that they're either scared to change their viewpoint or that their minds are just so twisted to believe that there's no way to change it. I think that a leader who takes a particular religious stance is an offense to the society to whom he is supposed to uphold the rules, because his rules will always be, he will always serve his religion before he will serve his people. You see, this is the problem I have with religion, is that the people will always serve their version of what they think God wants before they will serve their own man or their own planet. Many Christians have even had the attitude of, who cares about global warming? God will take care of it. And it just, on and on we go. So if we start looking at this idea of God as just like an all-encompassing everything, rather than a deity or a person, I don't know. Those are just some thoughts, I guess. Too many damn sirens today. I'm gonna go, and I wish you all the best.